You ever look at something you bought and think why? The tags are still on. You haven't used it once. And the worst part? You knew you didn't need it the moment you clicked buy, but you did it anyway. Here's why. And it is not what you think. You're not careless. You're not broken. You're not bad with money. According to the book I'm breaking down today, Why You Buy What You Don't Need by Jordan Ellis, you buy things because something inside you wants relief. That thing in your closet, it was never about the item. It was about escaping a feeling, stress, boredom, anxiety. Your brain found the fastest exit, and the exit was the checkout button. I'm about to spend 30 days testing the method from this book, the emotional spending reset. No deprivation, no guilt, just finally understanding why you buy so you can actually stop. This might change everything, or it might fail miserably. Either way, you're going to see the whole thing. Think about the last time it happened. Were you happy, relaxed, content with your life? Probably not. Something felt off, a dull ache you couldn't quite name, and your brain, that brilliant survival machine, searched for the fastest escape route. It found the buy button. Here's the science. When you anticipate a purchase, your brain releases dopamine, not when the package arrives, not when you use the product. The hit comes the microsecond before you click pay. Your pleasure centers light up. Then the moment you own the thing, the dopamine vanishes. The relief evaporates, and you're left holding a receipt and quiet wave of shame. That shame is the real trap. What happens next? The ache comes back. The stress returns. Now it's worse because you added guilt on top of it. And your brain, craving that quick escape again, whispers the same lie. Just buy something. You'll feel better for a second. So you do, and the loop tightens. Jordan Ellis destroys one massive myth in this book. Willpower is not the answer. Telling yourself to just stop never works. It never worked. You know this because you've tried it 100 times. The problem was never your discipline. The problem is no one ever showed you why the urge shows up in the first place. You've been trained to believe the purchase will fix something. It never does. The new jacket does not make you confident. The gadget does not make you organized. The late night scroll through an online store doesn't fill the silence. It just empties your wallet and leaves you feeling the same as before, maybe a little worse. Let's talk about what this actually costs you. Not just the money, that's obvious. I'm talking about the emotional weight you carry every day. It's the clothes hanging in your closet with tags that stare at you every morning. You think, I should wear that. You don't. Then you think, why did I buy this? That tiny moment of frustration adds up over weeks and months. It's the last night purchase. You couldn't sleep. You felt restless. You bought something you barely wanted. The high lasted a few minutes. The regret settled in for weeks. Not just regret about the money. Regret because you know you weren't fully in control in that moment. It's the stress spending after a bad day, a tough conversation, a boss who made you feel small. You open an app and suddenly you're swiping your card just to feel like you have some say in your own life. But the choice ends up owning you, not the other way around. And the biggest cost? You start to lose trust in yourself. You set budgets. You break them. You make rules. You shatter them by lunchtime. Each time you let yourself down, it chips away at your confidence. You start believing a story. Maybe I just don't have what it takes. Maybe this is just how I am. That story is not true, but it feels true because you've lived it so many times. So what do you do? If willpower is useless, what actually works? Ellis lays out a 30 days plan. He calls it the emotional spending reset, and it's not what you probably expect. This is not about cutting up your credit cards. It's not about living like you're broke. That approach fails because it only addresses the surface. It never touches the root. The reset is about one thing: slowing down the reflex. Right now, the gap between feeling bad and buying something is almost zero. It's instant, a knee-jerk reaction. The reset puts space in that gap. It teaches you to pause for just a few seconds and ask yourself one simple question. What am I actually feeling right now? Not what do I want, what am I feeling? That tiny shift changes everything. It pulls you out of autopilot. It puts you back in the driver's seat, not through force, not through guilt, just through awareness. Because the moment you see the real reason, the loneliness, the stress, the boredom, you can actually address it. You don't need a new purchase. You might need a walk, a conversation, a few deep breaths. You need real relief, not a chemical hit that dies in 5 minutes and leaves you worse off. The book walks you through 30 days of small, practical steps. It's about rewiring automatic loop, not by gritting your teeth and fighting temptation every second, by finally understanding the machinery inside your own head. That's the kind of knowledge that actually sticks. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try this 30-day challenge myself. Every single day, I'll document everything. The wins, the moments I almost break, the 2 a.m. stares at my phone when I want to buy something I absolutely do not need. I'm going to show you what this resale looks like in the real life. Messy, uncomfortable, completely honest. Because I'm tired of the guilt too. I'm tired of the closet full of things that were supposed to make me feel something. And if this book is right, the relief we've been chasing was never inside a shopping cart. It was somewhere else the whole time. And finding it doesn't cost a thing. If you want to see what happens when someone actually puts this to the test, stick around. This might get uncomfortable, but it might also be exactly what you need. Now I want to hear from you. What's the last thing you bought that you instantly regretted? Drop it in the comments. Be honest, no judgment here. I'll be down there reading every single one. And if this hits something in you, do the things like subscribe, turn on notifications, but more importantly, just come back for the next one. I'm about to go 30 days facing my own patterns head on, and I have a feeling it's going to be a ride.